Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today we have yet another triple reaction to Prince. First we're going to be checking out Venus de Milo, then Alexa de Paris, and then we'll end the reaction with 8 by Madhouse. This may be an interesting comment to make. I wanted to make it at the beginning of the reaction, but it feels like the Purple Army are so incredibly knowledgeable. I don't think I've had an interaction with any single member of the Purple Army who hasn't given me more information about Prince that I hadn't already been aware of. And I know that, Dunning-Kruger is a thing, and the annals, the archives of Prince are so extensive. You could spend a lifetime and still not make it through all of the world of Prince. Yet it feels like you all know so much, and I'm just very grateful to be in my position to get to learn from so many Prince superfans. So really, shout out to all of you. But also a specific shout out goes to Toland the Creative for making this donation request and this reaction possible. And he dedicates this one to the entirety of the Purple Army. Y'all deserve it. Now, let's jump in. Venus de Milo. Sounds like an ancient Italian philosopher. Sohum de reactions. Oh, this feels like I'm having a lovely stroll in Italy, viewing all the historic heights or sites, connecting with my ancestors, feeling inspired to start the Renaissance period all over again. Keys, beautiful strings. I thought I caught some flute earlier in the background. Some horns. I feel like you could use that song for like a noir film. Something very jazzy, something very on the nose, mostly silent, all about exchanging looks while we have full understanding of what's happening. I think this is one of the first full instrumentals I've heard from Prince. Venus de Milo. And this also kind of feels like it would either be an album opener or a closer. That would be my broad a priori assessment, but I think that's just a beautiful track. That would be like the kind of music that I don't know, any renowned jazz musician would be inspired by. I like it. That's, I guess, the most important thing. I like it. 1 minute 55 seconds, not a long one. Let's check out the next one here. Alexa de Paris. Sohum to hit the like button. These are my jokes, man. I'm sorry. The tempo. Electric guitar is the lead vocal line, or lead melody line, I guess. You can say the guitars are vocals. Oh, that felt like the sun shining down on me. Through the church windows, the stained glass. I don't know how to describe this. What genre are we in? Is this a ballad? It's very cinematic here in this moment. Like, I can definitely see this being a song in a movie, you know what I mean? Kind of goes hard. Oh, the rhythm. Instead of that halftime feel, now we're in like a back and forth. I'm sort of getting reminded of Deep Purple a little bit. If you guys know that band. Yeah, if you guys know the band Deep Purple, that features like Ritchie Blackmore and Ian Gillan, John Lord. Good musicians, right? They long-standing like hard rock group. You could say they're progressive. They have many shades of purple is the common saying. They have performances where they, as a rock band, are playing in concert with a symphony or concerto. I never know the difference. And this is sort of how I feel when like hard rock comes together with orchestra. This is, I think, more of a toned down version of how Deep Purple like to arrange it. They go kind of crazy. But that's kind of where I feel. This is like an entire production. That's a good melody, though. I like that we keep returning to this. that's two instrumentals back to back. And we did a reaction, the other week, I think, at this point. 5, 6, 7. Well, now we're going to check out 8 by Madhouse here. I guess presumably this is another instrumental, but we'll see, Crazier things have happened. How would I take Alexa to Paris? We had Venus de Milo, then Alexa to Paris. These, now it feels less like philosophers and more like Greek gods. Because weren't there different names, like Roman names for Greek gods? So maybe these are the Roman names of some gods. I would have to really go back into my Greek mythology bag and then go further back into my Roman Greek mythology bag to know the answer to that. So I'm just going to pretend like it's the case and move on with my reaction here. That's interesting. Is that flute? That's beautiful. How do you put the flute together with this? Where does the mind find that pairing? Dude, how? Do you guys know how? I don't know, it might be too distracting. Let me lock in. I mean, it's beautiful flute. What would you use to describe this effect other than Like, I don't have the vocabulary for this one. I don't understand this pairing. Maybe it'll convince me. I can imagine it fitting into a greater percussive scheme. As we're hearing, there's some hits on the drums more and more. And all the while you have these swelling synths underneath. Oh, it's fluttering like a butterfly. Oh, that's some bass. Because this sound is on the beat, it's unavoidable. So let's see if it works. I think relatively in the mix it's being overshadowed now. I will say, because I'm still deciding in my mind whether I like that effect or not, it definitely makes this track a lot more intriguing just for me to like parse out the elements that are like emotively standing out in my mind, because this flute is just running away. Oh, the flute's gone. The beat is very stable and groovy. I have the feeling it's gonna win me over. I love the melody. Xylophone? Flute again. Like almost at this point, I'm hearing that effect being used more, or I guess like more infrequently, and it's starting to feel syncopated, and it really is being like suppressed in this mix. This is like such an interesting one. I'm I don't know what to think. This is the kind of track I gotta listen to through until the end, and we'll see where I fall. That feels good. Sax has entered the chat. I could only see a song like this being an interlude or an album closer. But maybe my mind is too small. It's like traveling through outer space here. It's all quiet. There's no surrounding life for miles. I guess light years would be the appropriate unit of measurement. That is so different. I mean, all these songs today have been instrumental, so they stand apart already from your average Prince track. At least the average Prince track that I've reacted to on the channel. I don't know because okay, Venus de Milo, Alexa de Paris. I think I could wrap my brain around it. 8. It's not an intuitive song to me. I'm curious where your opinions lie as to like what this is meant to make you feel, or what it at least makes you feel. For me, I'm more in a place of confusion because in the beginning we get this very, I would probably say, polarizing effect, and it persists throughout. It is like the main thing that my mind was focusing on, besides then the obvious flute that flutters around and does what it does beautifully, and that keeps us lockstep, right? It's very consistent, and that is the driving rhythm throughout. Until later on we get more instrumentation, the drums start to take over, the other instruments drown out that effect, and it becomes less frequent, and then, you know, for the last like 2.5 minutes it completely vanishes into this like celestial soundscape. And I liked what I heard as we ramped. I liked what I heard in the flutes earlier on. I liked the rhythm that effect provides. But like when I say those things, it also correlates with the idea that I probably don't prefer the effect as much. Because I'm really trying to decide whether I just don't like it or it's like confusing to me. You know what I mean? Definitely confused. Definitely confused. And I really liked what we were hearing later on too. And it was serving, I think, a more it was serving, I think, a different function as we progressed and as it became a more of an infrequent role. Like I could also like maybe do the analysis by like dividing this song in half. One where it is just the flute and that effect, and another version of the song where it's exactly cut at that moment and everything after is the flute, that effect, the drums, everything else. And those two songs would be very distinct, and I think I would probably prefer the song with the entire instrumentation. Yeah. That's what I would say. I don't know. It's confusing to me. I really am gonna have to phone a friend here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about 8 or any of the other tracks we listened to today. But that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed the reaction despite my immense confusion throughout the latter half here. If you did and would like to make a request yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link down below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.